It is known that 5% of the population have a genetic marker predisposing them to a medical condition. In a randomly chosen group of 50 people, what is the probability that 3 of them have this marker? So what we're looking at here is if X is the number of people who have the marker, we have a binomial distribution with 50 trials and a probability of success of 0.05. And then we're looking for the probability of X being 3, which is going to be 50 choose 3. Now 3 successes, so that will be 0.05 to the 3. And if that's the case, we must have 47 failures. So 0.95 to the power 47. And then we just need to calculate. So we find combination in advanced here. So that's NCR 50, 3. And then we need to multiply by 0.05 to the power 3 and by 0.95 to the power 47. And that gives me 0.2199 to 4 decimal places. Now, we can do this discrete distribution, single value binomial PDF. And so my X was 3. My number of trials here is 50. And the probability of success was 0.05. And you can see it's the same answer. In a randomly chosen group of 500 people, what is the probability that 20 of them have the marker? So now we're talking about a binomial with 500 trials and a probability of success of 0.05. And the probability of X being 20 then will be 500 C20 times 0.05 to the 20 times 0.95 to the 500 take away 20, which is of course 480. Now we can probably edit what we've got up here. So we want 500, I've already changed that one. And we want to change this to 20. And we want to change the power here to 20. And the power over here, we need it to be 480. And we can see that we get this horrible number here. It hasn't sorted it out at all. Wonder what happens if we do this one. So we want binomial PDF and we want 20 successes from 500 trials, probability of success 0.05, and it has actually resolved this value here. Now the interesting thing here is that I think that the ordinary scientific does that number with no problem whatsoever. Let's just try it out. So we wanted 500 C20 multiplied by 0.05 to the power 20 multiplied by 0.95 to the power 480. And that does give us the same answer that we had on the class pad. And just put the two side by side and we can see those are the same. But interestingly, when you try this on the class pad, I can't get it to give me a proper answer that doesn't have factorials and things in it. So that's a little bit strange. Works fine if you use the binomial PDF.